So next I'm thinking about putting right here, start here all the way to the top of the frame here. I got a piece of flat metal I'm gonna mount here all the way down to here. For instead of airbags, I'm going to use the front coils off of this truck to be the suspension for the rear here, so I don't have to deal with airbags and having onboard air, which eventually I will have onboard air, but I really don't want it for the suspension. Also, I have to make my own new brake lines because I changed where the leaf springs sit. The brake line, they hit the brake line, so I have to make new brake lines. I'm not going to make it a drive axle. It'll just be a floater, I guess you could say. Mainly just because I just need a little bit more carrying capacity, I guess, than I just need more carrying capacity. I don't really need to have 4-wheel drive or 6-wheel drive, whatever you call it. So right now, if you notice, I have the e-brake all plumbed in kinda where they need to be, where I want them, because the other e-brakes, you know, the mount off of this truck is right here. It has this little bracket that goes back to basically where you pull the e-brake in the cab, so it's that one line going to these two lines here. So I have to take the mount off the red truck and mount it somewhere around here, and then connect that to this one, because I want to have e-brakes on all four, and I want to plumb in the brakes from this axle onto this axle, so I'll have all 4 wheels stopping, and I'll also have working e-brakes on all 4 wheels. I have the gas line plumbed up kind of like I want it. I didn't want it, I really wanted it underneath the frame here, but the only way I'll get that to work is if I raise up the flatbed maybe another 2 to 4 inches, which it is pretty low. It's basically level on the bottom because this is a 2x4 square tubing on here. It's basically level with the bottom of the cab. Still have to weld on new shock mounts, which I have some in my shed. I'll have to weld on. Let's see. I have to put bolts in this plate here. I don't want it welded. The only reason I welded it on there, tack welded it on there, is just because I needed it to stay in place while I drilled holes for it. Because this is 1/2-inch plate. It's what I had laying around, so I used it. Then also another thing I wanted to do, I want the rear tail lights to actually be F150 tail lights. So if you look here, my tire sticks out a little bit more. So I'm going to add frame here. Think about angling it down, angling the rest of the frame down when I have to add some, and somehow mount stock F150 tail lights in here. So I think that'll look pretty cool. I'll have to take the wiring harness out of my red truck there to get it done. Let's see if there's anything I'm forgetting. I gotta make brake lines. E-brake has to be hooked up. Have to put it in the front. Coils off of this one. I don't think it'll be too hard putting them in there. It'll be a lot of work, but I don't think it'll be crazy difficult. I think that's all I've really done lately. Any suggestions would be helpful on this rear end, because the only thing I really think of to save myself money is the coil springs, front coil springs off the red truck, and then maybe a bar that goes from this side all the way maybe to the inside of the frame there to keep it from walking, because it wants to. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but this rear axle is probably 1/4 of an inch to the right, or passenger side. Yeah, it's probably 1/4. Let's see if I can get it on camera. It's kind of hard to tell. but it is about a 1/4 of an inch off, I believe. Maybe a little less, but it's close to a 1/4. I have to get all 4 new shocks because they're bad. I just wanted them on there so I could have a visual, but I guess I'll put the new shock mounts for this one here to here. I'll have to make my own top brackets for it. I don't want to take them off the other truck. It's a lot of work drilling through those rivets. So I'm just gonna make a plate, drill the holes for 2 more shocks, coils. That's all I can think of right now.